Hi, this is Tikiana here. Yesterday, the 14th of September, we held a small vigil for justice for Elijah at the corner of King William and North Terrace in Adelaide under the horse statue there. So we got peak hour notice in the rain, so we showed dedication, which, we have, so obviously we need to show it. The numbers weren't as great as we'd hoped simply because of the weather. It was really cold and really wet. So just updating you on that. I've got some more information about the 6th of October, which is the sit-in, or the current date for the sit-in. What I am proposing here, and I'm in discussions with the relevant parties about, is, we were going to have a sit-in straight after the vigil, but to organise it better, the sit-in is going to be on the 6th of October at 6 a.m. at the same location. We're calling on all Nungas and people from every colour of the rainbow, especially people from South Australia and Nungas who live in Adelaide. We're calling on you to come to the sit-in because there's a lot of events going on at the moment that strongly suggest the time for change is now. Really, the time for change was 230 years ago, but let's not harp on that too much right now for practical purposes. We have Brother Clinton, who's a Noongar man, going on his walk for justice. I mean, that is one of the most epic things I've ever seen. It's fantastic. It's even more epic than what Gandhi did when he did the Salt Walk. That's how fucking amazing, excuse language, but that's how amazing what this guy is doing. And what he's doing on the way is he's collecting message sticks from communities and talking to people about what their needs are. So he's doing this in a cultural way. He's doing this in a respectful way, and he's doing it in a grassroots way. And the messages he will give to the Prime Minister in Canberra when he arrives in a long time, it's going to take him months, will actually be a reflection of the concerns of the communities that he's visited. So that is really, really positive. As residents of Adelaide, we need to do something similar. I think because we are in a capital city and have a higher population, it would take a fair amount of discussion between us to come to some sort of agreement about what demands we can give to Clinton when he does pass through Adelaide. We can ask him to pass on to the Prime Minister on our behalf, which would be fantastic. The other thing the sit-in is for is a show of solidarity. The main theme is that racism kills kids. We're already aware of Elijah Doherty. I've just heard that jeopardising Hack is going to hold a special program just on Elijah later in the week, and there has been discussion on the radio, which is good. But there's been other kids who've gone through similar circumstances before. There's two that come to mind for me, Jack Sultan Page from the Northern Territory and TJ Hickey from New South Wales. Although racist hate groups on Facebook were not associated, as far as I'm aware, with the deaths of TJ and Jack, there's a fair amount of racial discrimination involved, specifically the practically non-sentence that the killer of 8-year-old Jack got. I mean, as far as I'm aware, the guy got home detention for 6 months for killing an 8-year-old. I mean, come the fuck. I mean, I'm going to swear a bit here. Fuck. What the fuck? Right? So there was a petition last year that was sent to the Northern Territory government to say, hang on a minute, we need to do something about this. And it was refused. Fortunately, the CLP government is gone. Yeah, hopefully this means we can now, and this is one of the demands I think are really important, just from my point of view, is that even the United Nations agrees that people under the age of 14 and under shouldn't be placed in a prison or prison-like environment. So juvenile detention of any sort is just morally abhorrent. There are ways we can deal with children who commit acts of violence in a way that doesn't harm their actual development. And if necessary, when they come of age, they can serve time then. But simply because we don't want, to increase recidivism, and because we are talking about children, they do have particular needs, and we have a particular duty of care to them. And what's gone on in Dondale is unacceptable. What's gone on in Queensland and Victoria and Western Australia, oh my God. Like, the juvenile justice system is just an injustice system. It's fucked. You've got little black kids being sent, in remand for stealing a Freddo frog. I mean, like, what? But they can't put in prison somebody who kills a black kid. I mean, we need to take a stand on this. It's just ridiculous. The time has come for us Wadjula in particular, which basically means white people or non-Aboriginal people. We need to be the ones stepping up our game. We need to be the ones standing there and saying, look, regardless of anything, we think this is wrong. We don't want to be in a society where this goes on. Children are children. So the racism kills kids thing is, racism does kill kids. It's destroying their lives in detention centres in Nauru and Manus. It's taking children away from their parents because they're assumed to be in desperate circumstances only because their parents are black or something like that. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just stolen gen all over again. Like, right? What the fuck? Now, the other thing as well is that racism kills kids because we've got a huge fucking suicide epidemic at the moment. We've got kids in the Kimberley killing themselves in groups. We've got kids in the Northern Territory doing that. I've heard that since the so-called Northern Territory intervention or emergency response, which became Stronger Futures, is anything. But what actually has happened is that the suicide rate has gone up incredibly high. Like, it was already awful before, but since then it's just gone through the roof. That's unacceptable. Like, that racism, which is killing kids. And so on the 6th of October at 6 a.m, I want as many people of all backgrounds to assemble. And I do have some support from people in this. So I haven't actually been going out of protocol. I've been trying to discuss this with elders, and the basic concept, I think, has been agreed to. If that changes, I will let you know. I want to make this clear. I don't speak for any mobs. I speak for myself, and I speak for my own beliefs, and I try to work with people as best I can to bring about the changes that we need. And what we need is a new way to work together. We need to sit down and have that conversation that Nelson Mandela had with the ANC and the communities in South Africa as a part of the process of bringing down apartheid in this country. Apartheid, which South Africans learnt from to begin with. Like, yeah, that actually happened. So we need to sit down. Not me. I'm not Nelson Mandela. I'm me. But like that event, we need to sit down and have a conversation about what everybody needs, all our common ground, and say, what do we want to do to change this? What are the barriers that we have? So we have a discussion about sovereignty. We have a discussion about treaty. We have a discussion about human rights. We have a discussion about housing, about education, about jobs, about our feelings about the monetary system, about policing, about all the issues that concern us as a community, crime, you name it. We come there as one, black, white, yellow, red, whatever, as one, with our hearts filled with love and hope for the future of our children, who are experiencing racism, who are experiencing bigotry, who are experiencing a future plagued by climate change. Whatever the cause is, it's still there, and we need to ensure that our children are protected from these things, because that's our job. As the adults in the situation, we need to act like adults. The government has a mixture of people in it, some good, some bad, some really bad. Did you see what Pauline Hanson was saying? right? Now, look, I'm not saying to you right-wingers, because that's what she is. She's a Nazi, okay? I'm going to just spill it out. She is a Nazi. Some of that stuff she's got is cloned from Mein Kampf. I've read Mein Kampf, and I can tell you it's fucking in it, okay? She's a Nazi. Now, there are people who are right-wing who do not believe in racism, who do not believe in Nazism, but have been conned by people like Pauline Hanson. I call to you to say, come with an open mind. You can sit in the background at first until you feel comfortable and until we've opened that dialogue with each other. But you are still welcome at this sit-in. But don't bring your hate with you. Don't bring your disrespect with you. Come with open ears, open eyes, and an open heart. And we'll talk together. And we'll make this happen. So we need to make sure, I think, that this coordination happens. It's an informal coordination. It's really just an individual or group of individuals from various places who are coming up with ideas and doing things. And there's so many people doing great work, and I'm grateful to every single one of you. And you've all told me stuff too, so even better for me. Okay, so what we need to do is to put this stand up, and we need to do it in Adelaide, and we need to do it soon. The time is now. Time is now, and we may not get this opportunity again. It's been spits and spats with continental conversation about First Nations issues, about justice in general, about these kinds of human rights abuses that are occurring. It's been a long time since there was this energy that we've been feeling since last year. To come to this head. So many people have put so much work in, and I don't think we can 100% rely on the effectively non-sovereign, non-legal systems of government that we have in Australia. Their hands are tied by corporations, by the British Empire, by their alliances with America and NATO and all that. China, everything. They've got their hands in so many little pies that they're tied up. Even if they wanted to, I don't think they could change. It's the system itself is designed to prevent that sort of change from being meaningful. It is an assimilationist, racist regime. So even if you get non-racists trying to participate, or people who are at least trying to be not racist, it's almost impossible not to be racist in this country. But it's possible to unlearn racism, and it's an ongoing process. And there are people who've attempted that, who've gone into Parliament, and there are even oppressed people who've managed to make it into Parliament, and I congratulate those people on their success. I don't necessarily think the system you're working for works in the best interest of anybody but the rich and powerful. And so what we need to do is come together. We need to do it soon, and we need to have that conversation. They're running roughshod over all of us because they think we are divided. We're just looking on our phones all the time. We're not even talking to each other on the tram or the bus or the train. We ignore each other when we walk past each other. Whatever happened to tilting your hat and saying g'day to somebody? You know what I mean? Like, even though we have this awful history in Australia, there's some good bits like g'day mate. Like, whatever happened to that? So that spirit we need to bring back. And I call on you also to educate yourself by looking at the works of Auntie Jinky and senior law woman Auntie Nellie Patterson, who, if I'm not mistaken, is part of the 13 Grandmothers Star Law, as well as Seven Sisters, I think. And she is a Nungu and from Uluru area. So they're talking about this new way dreaming and about the importance of, us coming together and making a fresh, clean start together. A fresh, clean, peaceful start. New way, strong way, really strong, as Auntie Nellie says. She's beautiful. And so is Auntie Janku. So listen to that. Come together, bring your gear, PAs, megaphones, whatever you think will help on the 6th of October, and get the word out there. Okay, corner of King William and North Terrace, Under the Horse, 6th of October, 6 a.m. Bring everybody. I'm going to head north, try and bring people from the north as well. So I leave this into your capable hands, and I will see you there. And we will occupy North Terrace. We will develop a conversation, a strategy that respects sovereignty, respects everybody's human rights. We'll get it right this time, and then we will make it happen. And that's a very exciting thing to be part of the change, to be part of the future, to be part of the healing. And after I go to Healing and Unity Camp, I hope to bring that energy with me, that spirit of healing and unity. And, bless you all. My country bless you all. And this is getting a bit long in the tooth, so just get the word out there. The Manacha are watching me now because of yesterday. They watched the event. Facebook is playing up in terms of allowing me to update event pages and stuff like that. So just get it out there, and I'll see you then. Live long and prosper. Hang on. I can't do the finger thing. Yeah, for the kids.